Welcome. I'm E.G. Marshall, procurator of this mystic province located in the Shadowland between reality and illusion. It has been said, nature can often be hidden, sometimes overcome, but never extinguished. And what is nature? Do not leave me to run to Mr. Webster for the answer. The dictionary will not help you. You will only be told that nature is the essence, the innate quality, the inborn tendency, the vital function, force, or disposition. Quite so. But what is it? We may have an insight.
But what's wrong with her, Melisande?
She has the most dread disease in the world.
Surely it can't be that bad.
It's worse. She has the one disease for which there is neither remedy nor antidote. The one disease that can wipe out our society. And so it must be nipped in the bud, choked off at the source.
But what can we do, Melisande?
Cure her or kill her?
What is the name of this disease?
You know it as well as I do, Willis. She's suffering from a severe case of unhappiness.
Our mystery drama, Pandora, was written especially for the Mystery Theater by Sam Dann and stars Patricia Elliott and Norman Rose. It is sponsored in part by Anheuser-Busch Incorporated, Brewers of Budweiser, and True Value Hardware Stores. I'll be back shortly with Act One. At one time, according to Greek mythology, mankind dwelt in a perfect paradise. And then a young lady named Pandora permitted her curiosity to get the better of her, opened a forbidden box, and thus loosed upon the world all manner of suffering and sorrow. And ever since, all men look back upon a paradise lost. What must it have been like to live in a world without conflict, sorrow, disease, or death? We will never know, but future generations may, for science is slowly but surely finding remedies for all the ills of Pandora's box. And 100 or 500, 1,000 or 5,000 years from now, once again, there may be paradise.
Ah, Roland.
Willis, am I disturbing you?
No. I was about to rest for a while.
You're painting, I see.
Yes. Do you like it?
Oh, yes. It's an excellent contrast of light and shadow.
I wished for the style of an almost prehistoric Dutch painter. The particular painter is named Rembrandt. And after a time, I shall adopt the styles of some of his contemporaries. You know, they were a most unusually talented group. Roland, what have you been doing with yourself lately?
Oh, nothing.
Nothing?
It makes me happy.
Well, then, by all means, continue.
But not happy enough.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Is there anything you need?
Rather ask who.
Very well, then. Who?
Mara.
Mara? Of course. Come, we'll go to her.
What is she doing?
She decided she wanted to play the violin.
I never cared much for music, but she could make me change my mind. That sounds glorious.
She wished to be able to play in the style of an ancient musician named Paganini. Or was it Heifetz? I'm not sure.
I could listen to that all day.
Oh, Mara, my dear, we disturbed you.
It's all right.
Hello, dear Mara.
Hello, Roland.
Roland wishes to speak with you.
About what?
I need you, Mara.
Oh?
So I want you to come with me. Stay with me.
No.
I thought I would like to travel. We might cruise for a year.
Mara, what did you say?
I said no.
You said no?
But how could you? Why should you say no to Roland?
I said no.
But when you are needed for someone's happiness, you don't say no.
Mara, if you come to my house and you said, Roland, I need you. I wouldn't say no.
Mara, are you all right?
Please, will you both let me alone?
Mara?
Come back. Willis, did you hear what she said?
Yes, I heard.
She had no right to say that.
Of course not.
Something will have to be done.
Certainly. Roland, why don't you go home?
Go home?
Just for a little while. You see, she may be ill.
Well, then all she has to do is drink some elixir of...
She will, Roland, she will.
Then have her do it now.
On the other hand, she may not be ill. She's unusually sensitive.
I understand. That's why I need her. Because, as you very well know, I'm not sensitive at all.
Well, then you'll have to adapt yourself to her moods. Now, why don't you come back for her later, and everything will be just fine. May I come in, Mara?
You may do as you like, Willis.
What was the meaning of that little scene a moment ago?
I don't know the meaning of it.
Something is disturbing you.
Shouldn't something be disturbing you, Willis? Another man wants to take me away from you.
Take you away from me? What a way to put it. My dear, you don't belong to me. No one belongs to anyone.
But I don't want to go with Roland.
Roland needs you for his happiness.
It's not right.
It's not right. Oh, my dear Mara, I was living with Joanna, and you came to our house and you said you needed me for your happiness.
Well, that was different.
Different? Oh.
Well, maybe it wasn't different. Maybe that was wrong, too.
Mara, would you like to go to a rest home?
No.
But, my dear Mara, if you don't go with Roland, you'll have to go to a rest home.
Don't you love me?
Of course I love you.
Then how can you let Roland take me from you?
Why do you keep using the word take? He isn't taking you from me. He's sharing you with me, just as you are sharing me with Joanna.
What did you say? Did you say that I am sharing you with Joanna?
My dear, whatever is the matter with you?
Get away from me. Don't touch me. No, don't come near me.
Mara, you're ill.
I share you with that Joanna.
What do you mean, that Joanna? She's a lovely person.
I hate you.
Oh, Mara.
I hate Joanna. I hate Roland.
Mara, you don't know what you're saying.
I do. I hate everybody. I hate this place, everything. I even hate myself.
Mara, you know the trouble with you.
Willis, what's gotten into me? Why do I feel this way? Why do I say these things, these hateful things?
Oh, you're tired. You've been practicing too hard. You know, that's really very difficult music.
Difficult? How can you say that?
Well, you play it easily, but subconsciously you're making a fantastic effort. Believe me, dear Mara.
Well, then you mean I say these things and I feel this way because I'm tired.
Of course.
And that there's nothing really wrong.
Nothing at all. And you'll go into a rest home for a few weeks.
No.
Or maybe only for a few days.
Oh, but the last time I went into that rest home...
Dear Mara. Look into my eyes and answer truthfully. Are you happy?
Well,
The truth. Are you happy?
No.
Therefore, you are unhappy.
Well,
Dearest Mara, you are unhappy, aren't you?
Yes.
And, as you very well know, that is not permitted.
Is it convenient for you to see me now, dear Mara? Who are you? My name is Melisande. Do I know you? Yes, I know you. When I was here before, when I was here at the rest house. Now, you're becoming excited. Please drink this. No. Dear Mara, you are here to be helped. Now, this feverish excitement is doing you damage. What is it that you want me to drink? Only something to calm you, that's all. Here, now you see? I'm sure you're feeling better. More at ease. What do you want? I want us to have a little talk. About what? Everything. All of us. The entire rest home is dedicated to your welfare. I know you. I remember you now. You're the one who said I couldn't have the baby. That's true. Why did you say that? Dear Mara, surely you understand the necessity. I only understand that you said that I couldn't have my baby. Oh, let us stop for a moment so I can play back to you what you just said to me. Because that was the most unbelievable statement I have ever heard. Listen. You
said I couldn't have my baby.
Did you hear what you just said? My baby. Dear Mara, the baby does not belong to you.
Well, I meant that it was mine in the sense that I...
Yes?
Mine in the sense that I... Oh, I don't know what I meant.
A baby belongs to the world. Isn't that so?
Yes.
If people wish to create children, these children become part of the world. Isn't that true?
Yes.
And therefore the world must determine if the potential newcomers possess sufficient...
Oh, please, I don't want to hear any more.
You seem to have a great many archaic notions, dear Mara. Would you rather we did things in the archaic way?
Please stop
and permitted children to be born, hit or miss, diseased, deformed, lacking in...
must we talk about it?
When we have the science, the technology to determine far in advance whether or not...
I don't want to talk about it.
Oh, you're upset.
Yes, I am upset.
And we must determine what is upsetting you. Can't you tell me?
I don't know.
Try to think.
Everything upsets
But
me.
why?
I don't know. Oh, please. Why can't everyone just let me alone?
How long has she been this way, Willis?
Well, the first I knew something was wrong was this morning.
This morning. But had she manifested any signs some months ago when she was told she was not to be permitted the baby?
No signs at that time.
And what occurred this morning?
Well, this morning, Roland arrived and told her he needed her.
Hmm?
And that's when I saw the signs.
Please describe them.
She became acutely uncomfortable, emotional.
And refused to go with Roland.
Oh, yes. And, well, the rest you know.
Do I? Or are you withholding anything, dear Willis?
Why would I do that?
What else should I know?
Well, I can't think. Oh, a disturbing factor was when she became emotional over the fact that I still have a continuing relationship with Joanna.
That disturbed her? Do you mean she doesn't know or pretends not to know about continuing relationships?
Yes. Would it help her if we asked Roland to cancel his request that she go with him?
No.
But surely Roland is reasonable.
Oh, of course. But the problem goes deeper. She will not go with him because, obviously, she is unhappy. Her refusal must make him unhappy. His unhappiness must, in turn, be transferred to someone else. Thus, a disease is created and spread. The disease of unhappiness.
But
The one disease for which there is neither remedy nor antidote. The only disease that can wipe out our society. It's a disease that must be nipped in the bud, choked off at the source.
What are you going to do with her, Melisande?
Well, surely you know the answer to that as well as I do. We shall have to cure her or kill her.
Happiness seems to be a rather serious business in the social order of the future. You better be happy or else. But in a paradise where you can have anything you want just for the wanting, why should anybody be even remotely unhappy? Why? You're dealing with human beings, aren't you? Doesn't that answer the question? We'll have a great many more questions and answers when I return with Act 2 in just a few moments. Men of goodwill have always struggled to create a better world. And the best of all worlds, of course, would be paradise. And what would paradise be? A place of unbroken happiness, where there would be no such things as sorrow, suffering, or disappointment. Could such bliss, such unrelieved bliss, become a bore after a while?
How long do I have to stay here, Willis?
You can leave any time you're ready, dear Mara.
I'm ready right now.
No.
Why do you say no?
Because You're unhappy. You are unhappy, aren't you?
But I don't want to stay here.
Dear Mara.
Don't call me dear Mara.
But,
if anybody calls me dear Mara, I'll scream.
You're screaming now. Mara, you are in trouble.
Why should I be in trouble?
Because you're unhappy.
That's my affair, isn't it?
No, dear. Unhappiness is an infection.
I'm sorry. I can't help the way I feel.
You will have to.
I don't care.
Dear Mara.
Don't call me
please.
dear.
Do you know how many hundreds, how many thousands of years it has taken the world to become happy?
Willis, take me home.
If you insist on being unhappy, this will become your home.
No.
Mara, look at yourself. You're beautiful.
It means nothing. Anyone can be beautiful.
Talented.
It doesn't matter. Anyone can have any talent they want. Just by wishing.
What do you want, Mara? What do you want?
I want you.
But, Mara, you got me.
So does Joanna. And so does anyone else who wants you.
Mara, do you realize what you're driving at?
Yes.
What you want is for one person to own another. In ancient times, that actually existed. It was called slavery.
I didn't mean it that way exactly. I only meant that you and I shouldn't share each other with others.
Why not?
Why not? Because I love you.
And I love you, too. But do we have the right to be selfish and keep others from sharing this love?
Oh, please, Willis, I don't know what to say. I only know how I feel.
If another person wants me and you refuse to share, do you know what happens to that other person? She becomes jealous.
But if I do share you, I become jealous.
But no one is supposed to be jealous, ever. Because jealousy creates unhappiness, and we can't have any of that.
I've always been unhappy. And I guess I'll remain unhappy.
Mara, if you talk like that, then there's absolutely no hope.
Shall I tell you why I've always been unhappy? Shall I tell you why there always seems to be an ache in my heart? Why nothing gladdens me, why no one can comfort me, and why there's no joy, no rest, no peace? Shall I tell you why? Something's missing. Something isn't here inside of me. Something is lacking, and it's something I need.
Dear Mara.
What do you want now?
I just want to talk to you about yourself.
You know everything there is to know about me.
Oh, no, dear Mara. We know very little about you.
You've taken hundreds of your tests. What else is there to know about me?
Why are you unhappy?
I don't know. You keep asking, I keep answering.
Do you know how many people live in the city?
No, and
100,000. And do you know you are the only unhappy person here?
I'm sorry, I can't help it.
Shouldn't it bother you that you're the only unhappy person? We must cure you.
Why?
Because we can't have you destroy the world.
What?
Look, Mara, look at the wall. You see?
Those pictures.
Pictures of a city.
I've never seen such pictures, such a city.
It's an ancient city.
So many people. What's wrong with them?
Nothing. That's the way they were.
That's the way they were?
Yes. See how many are old, tired, ugly, dirty. See how few people are smiling. Listen to the noise. All right, I stopped it. Now would you like the smells, the choking pollution?
Oh, please, just let me alone.
Is this the world you want us to have all over again? Brawling, filthy, murderous.
I didn't say I wanted anything like
that world. Look at it again. Look at those children.
No.
It will do you no good to close your eyes. We can expose you to the picture electronically. Do you want us to do that?
No.
See the children? Condemned to a future of neglect, misery, despair. Is that the world you want us to go back to?
Oh, please, please. I can't help it if I don't feel happy.
Would you be happier with this?
What's that?
War.
War? What's war?
A madness, a special madness of mankind. Only man knows how to arrange it. Do you want us to go back to the time where it was arranged with nightmare regularity?
Why do you make me look at all this?
Because all this comes from unhappiness.
I don't believe it.
Unhappy people who are deprived, people who are envious, people who want something that belongs to someone else.
But I don't want anything that belongs to anyone else. I only want what belongs to me.
Nothing belongs to you. Don't you understand? None of us can own anything. For in that ownership lies the seeds of envy. You want Willis. Why?
Because I love him.
You can't own love. Love belongs to us all. Therefore, any of us can love all of us.
But it's not right.
Would it be better the old way? When men and women killed for each other, even started wars for each other? Was it better when love was just another mask for jealousy and hatred? Was it?
I only know that I love Willis.
Love. Talent. Everything belongs to each of us. The ability to play the violin, the ability to paint a picture, compose a symphony, write a play. Why should this great ability be doled out, hit and missed to a random, fortunate few? Why shouldn't it be all within the reach of everyone?
So much of what you're saying I don't understand, and I don't even care about. I only know that every day I feel more and more sad. Something is missing.
Nothing I have said has made any impression.
Nothing you have said has made me feel any differently.
Perhaps you are one of our very few mistakes.
Mistakes?
Something inside you has not been able to develop. Or perhaps something was missing from the very beginning. Or perhaps it may have been warped. Yes, it's quite possible you are a mistake.
What does that mean, a mistake?
Occasionally, someone is born who had no right to be.
Well, what are you going to do with me?
That will be up to you.
What is it that you want me to do?
We only want you to be happy.
But I keep telling you and telling you and telling you I don't know how to be happy.
Well, in that case...
Yes?
Well, we haven't arrived there yet.
Dear Mara.
Roland?
Yes, I came to tell you how sorry I am.
Sorry?
Well, I caused you all this trouble.
No.
Oh, I'm sure of it. After all, if I hadn't come to ask you to go with me...
I don't know, Roland. It would have been something else, someone else, sooner or later.
What's wrong, dear Mara?
I suppose that's what's wrong. Everybody calls everybody else dear. We all can't love each other.
But we must. You know what happens when there's no love? There's war.
Oh, have you seen those pictures, too?
Yes. That's why I hate history. I hate it because it's so bloody and brutal. But that isn't important. Come away with me.
No, they won't let me out of here.
They will, if you come with me. Actually, it's the only way you could ever get out of here.
Oh, please, Roland, I like you, and you're very...
It will be very serious for you.
I can't go with you, Roland.
Why?
Because I don't love you. I'm sorry. I know we're all supposed to love each other, but I don't love you. I would like to love you, but I don't. I can't.
Mara, suppose you were just to say you love me.
But I don't love you.
I know, but couldn't you just say so?
But that would be a lie.
Yes, I suppose.
I can't do that. I just can't lie.
You're such an unlikely martyr.
What do you mean?
If you go back through history, everyone who died for a principle...
Roland.
You're just a slip of a girl. You can't be more than 200 or 300 years old. I doubt that you're even aware of the implications of what you're doing.
What do you mean I am going to die?
Did I say that?
Yes. You said it, and you know you said it.
Mara, let's end this nonsense. Just smile and say you'd be happy to come with
Do
me.
you mean that they would kill me if I don't?
Oh, that's not the way it really is. It's just... Oh, look, before it's too late, please.
But
It doesn't matter. That's what you have to do to live. Now tell them. Tell them you're willing to come with me.
Ah, dear Roland and Mara.
I've brought Mara here because there's no longer any difficulty.
There isn't.
No. Mara is quite happy.
Are you, dear Mara?
Oh, yes.
Wonderful news. Mara wishes to go with me.
There's wonderful news, if true.
Oh, of course, it's true. Tell her. Tell her, Mara. Mara agrees to go with me.
That is not what you just said, dear Roland. Let me play it back for you. Listen.
Wonderful news. Mara wishes to go with me.
You said originally, Mara wishes to go with me. What you said just now is, Mara agrees to go with me.
Oh, what's the difference?
The difference is one of life and death. You see, Mara, if you wish to go with Roland, that is a sign that you are happy, and therefore fit to live in our world. If, however, you merely agree, it means you are only making the best of a bad bargain, and you are still unhappy.
But
I'm afraid we've arrived at the point of judgment. Do you wish to go with Roland? Or do you agree to go with Roland?
Which is it indeed? A life hangs on a single word. When you think of what words have meant in history, why, our own catastrophic civil war was basically caused by a single word, wasn't it? Didn't the South say, the United States are, and didn't the North say, the United States is? We'll have a few provocative words in Act 3, which I shall bring you in just a few moments. And what is paradise? What was paradise? Obviously, a place where one was completely free to gratify every desire, to know joy, and to live forever. At one time or another, man enjoyed this particular situation, or so we are told, and yet paradise has always been lost. Is there something within the human condition that rejects perfection?
Willis, she loves you. Talk to her. Convince her.
What can I say to her, Roland?
There is nothing anyone can say to Mara any longer. From now on, Mara must speak for herself.
Do I agree to go with Roland, or do I wish to go with Roland? No. No, I shall make it even more definite than that. I refuse to consider it. I will not go with Roland.
Mara.
I must ask all of you to be silent.
But she's obviously ill. She needs the rest home.
She has already been in a rest home. No, Mara can no longer live among us.
And what are you going to do with me?
The problem has never arisen before. Obviously, you cannot live here.
But there is no other place. There is only here.
We shall have to ask for a council to decide. My friends, dear people, you have heard dear Mara tell us how unhappy she is, and how impossible it is for her to be happy among us. This being so, how can we possibly permit her to remain free to contaminate our society?
Why do you insist Mara will contaminate us?
Must we review the entire history of the world? I must ask Mara to answer this question. Is there any way you can be happy here? Well?
No.
In that case, Since we have failed to make you happy, we must regretfully terminate your life. You will therefore return to the rest home, where you shall be pleasantly and painlessly...
No.
Dear Willis, can you suggest an alternative? Mara?
What have you got there?
A drink.
The drink?
Oh, you'll find it very pleasant.
Oh, it will kill me.
There is no other way.
Why do I have to die? Why can't everyone just leave me alone?
You have an illness.
What illness?
Is it possible you still don't understand what we have been talking about? You are unhappy. You cannot be permitted to live. Take the cup.
No.
I told you from the beginning. There is no other way.
No!
Mara!
Let me out of here.
You can't go anywhere. You struck me.
Let me out of here.
Mara! Come back. There's no place you can go. Mara!
Willis?
Mara.
Be quiet. Someone will hear you. Are you alone?
Mara, everyone is looking for
I
you.
know. Can you hide me?
It's impossible. Sooner or later, you'll be found.
I don't want to die.
You should have thought of that before.
Is that how you talk to me?
It's the truth.
I thought you loved me, Willis.
I do.
But no more than anyone else.
I'll tell you what we can do. We'll go back to Melisande and the council.
No.
We'll say that you will make every possible effort to be happy.
I can't be happy
You
here.
must try.
Oh, don't you think I have? Don't you think I've been trying all my life?
What is it, Mara? Why are you the only one who can't be happy in our world?
I don't know. I feel as if I were dead.
Dead?
As if there's no life in me.
Perhaps something physical.
No, they say I'm in perfect health.
But why do you feel dead?
Because there's no suspense.
Suspense? Mara, what do you mean by suspense?
I mean, I never have to wonder if I'll ever get what I want.
Of course not. All you have to do is wish.
That's the trouble. It just happens, and I don't have to do anything. I want to play beautifully on the violin. I just wish for it.
And that's bad?
I read that the person who I wanted to play like, whose style I admired, worked and studied and practiced every day of his life to be able to do it. Is that right? That I should just wish for it?
Of course it's right.
And your painting, the man you pattern yourself after, he's a genius. Is that fair?
Was it fair for only a few people to have talent? Shouldn't everyone be able to paint or perform or write if he wants to?
What do I have to look forward to? If only I could just feel alive like those people.
Which people?
Well, the people Melisande showed me in the pictures.
Who?
The ones who lived thousands of years ago, the ones who had wars and poverty.
Mara, how can you say that?
I looked at their world and it frightened me. It was filled with strife and anger and danger, but I envied them. At the same time they were killing themselves and destroying themselves, I envied them.
Mara.
Because they knew what life was like.
Life? That was a world of death.
I suddenly saw it. I saw the whole thing. Roland was right. I am just an ordinary young woman. There's nothing remarkable about me, but suddenly I saw what it all meant. You can't know the wonder and value of life unless death is always near at hand. You can't know love unless there is hate. There's no pleasure without pain. Oh, don't you see, Willis? Don't you understand? All of us here, we only lead half lives. We're only half people.
Maybe we can make you happy.
No, Willis. I can never be happy here.
Here? Who said anything about here?
But where else is there, Willis?
Where? Why, the past, of course.
The past?
Yes, the past. What is our only duty in this world? To make ourselves and others happy. Why don't we make you happy, Mara? Send you back to a time when people, as you put it, lived.
Can it be done? Can you do it?
Mara, would you want to go back there to a time when things might be happier for you?
Oh, yes, yes.
I shall wish for the type of technology that can take you back. You must realize that you don't know how to do anything. And in those days, people had to have some sort of skill.
But I do know how to do something. I can play the violin.
No, my dear. You create the illusion that you can play.
Illusion? Well, that's what I wish to be free of. I want reality.
In a more primitive world, you would actually have to learn to play. You would have to work hard at it.
Oh, I don't mind.
And you could work day and night, and yet, if you didn't possess talent...
Talent?
Yes, talent. That inexplicable, mysterious spark. Without it, you could never learn at all.
Talent? Well, how does one get talent?
Do you still want to leave here, Mara?
Yes.
Very well. Where would you like to go?
I would like to go back to a time when there was conflict and people had to fight for what they wanted.
How about the latter part of the 20th century?
Yes?
It was very turbulent. Wars, violence, but...
But what?
But it was the beginning of civilization. If you got sick, medicine had advanced far enough to give you a chance. Yes, that's the time. What do you think?
Yes, all right.
Your name is Mara. Your father's name was Philip. Therefore, your new name will be Mara Phillips. You are 200 years old here, which would be the equivalent of, say, 20 back there.
20?
Close your eyes, Mara. When you open them again, you'll be a 20-year-old girl living sometime in the 1970s.
1970s.
I see you now. You work in a diner.
What's a diner?
You're a student of the violin.
Am I good?
You love a boy named Tom.
Does he love me?
This is the meaning of suspense. Close your eyes. When you open them again, you will be living in another world at another time.
Well, do I sound better, Tom?
Honey, you sound like $1,000,000.
Am I improving?
Yeah, I think so. But what do I know about it?
Oh, Tom, there are times when I think you're a barbarian.
Come over here. I'll show you.
Tom, I haven't finished practicing.
When does the professor think you'll be ready for the concert?
Oh, 5 years, maybe 6.
5 years?
Well, it takes work. Do you want me to give it up?
Hey, baby, don't get so all uptight. I mean, it's your thing. You got to stay with it.
Well, just be patient and try to understand. What do you have, sir?
I'll have a small date with the waitress.
Oh, give me one good reason why I should go out with a fat, bald, ugly creep like you.
Hey, Myra. Wait a minute. Listen, kid. Let me set you straight. That old character's a pal of Jerry's.
Does that mean I have to go out with him?
No, you don't have to go out with him, but just don't insult him, that's all. Excuse me, I gotta answer. Jerry's Diner. Oh, yeah, hold on. See you, Mar.
Hello? Yes, Mr. Allenby. Well, certainly. At once. I have to go. I've got an audition.
But you can't leave. It's the lunch rush.
It's my big chance. Cover for me, will you please, Sally? I'll make it up for you.
Okay, but if Jerry comes in and doesn't see you, kiss the job goodbye.
Okay. Now what do you do?
What do I do?
I mean, you're going to a dance? What's the act?
The act?
You mean all you do is just stand there and play the fiddle?
Oh, Mr. Allenby, I'm training to be a concert violinist.
You don't have a bad-looking figure at all. Yeah, I could find a spot for you.
Mr. Allenby.
It would be sensational. How about if you just stood and played the violin without any clothes on?
I don't know what to do. I'll never find a job.
And you're still years away from becoming a concert artist.
Willis, what are you doing here?
I thought I'd visit you, dear Mara.
Where's Tom?
Tom? The man you're in love with? The man who loves you?
Well, what happened to him? Where is he?
I found this note. Read it.
Dearest Mara, it was fun while it lasted, but it was starting to drag. So the best breaks are the clean, quick ones. He's left me. me.
I would imagine so.
Oh, Willis, what am I going to do?
Ah, yes, suspense, adventure, struggle. This is what you wanted.
How could he leave me? He said he loved me.
Back in our world, he'd be required to stay with you. See how it's all gone wrong? No success as a violinist.
I'm still learning. I'm studying.
The man you love has left you, and you don't even know if you still have your job in that miserable diner.
Willis.
Do you want to come back, Mara?
Back? Back to what?
Utopia. Paradise. Where you can have everything your heart desires.
Willis, I can't.
You can't what? Go back or stay? Answer me quickly before it's too late. Don't say the words that are forming on your lips. Don't say come in. Answer me. Tell me if you want to come back.
But it's Tom. It must be Tom.
Tell me before it's too late if you want to come back to a life of ease, of success in whatever your heart desires. How can you even think about it? Answer me before it's too late.
Come in. Hi, Mara.
It's too late, Mara. Too late.
Oh, Sally. Sally, I'd like you to meet a friend of mine, Willis.
Who?
Willis.
Hey, you okay? Who's Willis? Where is Willis?
Well, Willis. He was...
Oh, I knew it. I knew one day you'd finally flip. Listen, kid, I squared it with Jerry. I said you was sick.
It must have been a dream.
What?
That I lived in a place where everyone could have his heart's desire.
Hey, that must have been okay.
No, it wasn't. Instead of staying there, I chose to live here.
Oh, you're crazy. Why?
Well, because I'm human, I guess.
Oh, I wish I could have dreams like that. You ought to see some of the things I dream about.
Willis, Ellison, Roland. Are they the dream? Or Sally, Jerry, Tom, this place? This struggle, this suspense. Is this the dream?
You'd be surprised how many people have that kind of problem. They simply do not know where they are. Dreams and reality blend until you can't tell one from the other. If you have that problem, our advice to you is don't fight it. Relax and enjoy both your worlds. I'll be back shortly. What is there about paradise that makes it impractical and impossible for humans to live there? Why do they all fail? All those gardens of Eden, from the ones created by the gods to the utopias created by men and women. Is it because man can never really be happy on a constant level of happiness? Do we always require a trial or two to give savor to life? Our cast included Patricia Elliott, Norman Rose, Joan Lovejoy, and Dann Scardino. The entire production was under the direction of Hyman Brown. Radio Mystery Theater was sponsored in part by Buick Motor Division. This is E.G. Marshall inviting you to return to our Mystery Theater for another adventure in the macabre.